Hello everyone, this is Dominion Tech again. So today we are going to episode 2 of our tutorials, which is layers explained. Yesterday I dropped a tutorial on stop using PixelLab. Are you a PixelLab designer? Are you a Photoshop user that are still using PixelLab along? This is how you can use Photoshop on mobile. So I want to explain about layer today. So without wasting much of our time, I want us to dive into our design canvas. You all know the tool we are using, IbisPaint X, known as IPX. So let's move on. So right now I'm on my design tool. I open it. So let me just click on an empty layer. I click on OK. So here we are going to start on. We are going to start. Don't worry, I've got you covered. On layer, so we are on layer now. So this is what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you about clipping mask, alpha layer, and how to group, and everything you need to understand about the layer. So it is easy. When I click on it, this is how it is. So what next, and what are we going to do on the layer? So first of all, let me bring in one image. Let me just bring in one image. Maybe I should bring in this. So let me use this as a reference. So when I click OK, so when you look at this layer, you can see that whatever you import, everything will be on the layer. Let's make a brief backward to PixelLab. A PixelLab, you are a PixelLab user, you have known how PixelLab is, that when you import anything, the layer will be there. So maybe you want to merge something together, you still have to click those ones that you want to merge them together. If you want, there's no way you can group on PixelLab, and there is no way you can clip mask, and but don't worry, I told you that this is professional. So let me quickly show you some things. First thing, let's look at clipping mask. If you are familiar with Photoshop, or if you are a Photoshop user along with PixelLab user, we understand what I mean by clipping mask. Clipping mask is that you want to join something to a layer that is below, a layer below. Let me assume, for example, let me import something. Let me import this icon. You can see this icon now. Can you see this icon? I can move this icon anywhere. Can you see it? I can move it anywhere. But if I click here, this for you to clip mask, this is a clip mask. You click here to clip mask. Can you see? That's a clipping mask. When you click it now, that means you clip it to the layer that is below, and it is within that layer. You can only see it. It's there, but you can't see it because you hadn't drag it out. Can you see it? If you drag it outside the layer, can you see that it's not going to show? So it's only going to be within the layer. Okay, let's now assume another thing. Let me now do another thing. Let me unclip. If you click there, you unclip it. Let me hide this one. Let me add an empty layer. For you to add an empty layer, this is an empty layer. This is an empty layer. This is an empty layer. Or let me first explain all the layers we have before going to clipping mask and stuff. Okay, let me first explain. Can you see this plus icon? I mean this plus icon that is having multiple icons. If you click on it, you will see something there. Can you see it? The first one is add folder. The second one is add vector layer. Add vector layer. The third one is add adjustment layer. The fourth one is duplicate layer. Then the last one is add layer from canvas. Let's first look at add folder. If I click on add folder now, can you see the folder? Can you see the folder? But how can you add something to folder? Let me drag this folder up. Let's assume I want to add these two inside this folder. You just drag here, at that 3 dots. Can you see? Click on it, then drag it to the right. Drag it to the right. Click on this one again, drag it to the right. Can you see that they are now inside that layer? Can you see? I click here to group them. So I group them. This folder is a group folder. You group those layers. You can hide them, put both of them. So can you see them now? You can group them. So I have grouped them like this. That's a folder. Then let's go to the next one, which is add vector layer. But if you notice, you will see that this is not up to this before. There's no duplicate, and there's no add layer from folder. in the first one. Let me click on this layer. You will see that it will only show this 5, but if you click on folder, it will show add layer from folder. I'm still going there. Let me complete this. The next one is what? Add vector layer. A vector layer is where you edit a shape. It can be a text or shape. You edit a shape on vector layer. Let me hide this one first. On this vector layer, let me draw a shape. Can you see this shape that I draw? Okay, I have drawn the shape. Maybe I still want to edit the shape. If I click here, can you see vector on the layer panel? Panel, that is feature. If I click vector, can you see it now? I can increase the size. If you click on the 3 dots, can you see you can convert it to curve? You can re-edit it. If you click on this pencil there, let's see, you can add stroke. Let me add stroke here for you to see. You can add stroke, and mind you, the stroke you're adding is brush. Don't worry. Can you see it now? Can you see this one like a glass? Can you see it like a glass? It depends on the brush you choose. Can you see this brush bar? So let me use a solid stroke. This is a solid stroke. If I use this one now, you will see that this is a normal stroke. Can you see? So depend on the type of brush you choose. Let's assume you want to have this add this broken stroke. You want to add a broken stroke. Let me check this broken stroke. So can you see this broken stroke? Can you see it now? Can you see it? So on vector layer, you edit your shape anyhow you want it. So that's about vector layer. And on vector layer also, can you see this vector layer? If you click on add text and add text, let me show you something. If you add any text here, both of them is going to be in that layer. Can you see that both shape and text is in that layer? The reason is because you are on vector layer. Okay, let's now test it on an ordinary layer. This is an ordinary layer. Let me now go to text and type a text. If I type any text now, you will notice that this text has its own layer. Let's check. Can you see that the text layer has its own layer? So, and it's showing text layer. Can you see? So that's that about layer. Whatever you do on vector layer, either text or shape, it will apply in that layer. So let's go to the next one. The next thing we have here is adjustment layer. This adjustment layer, let me turn on this one. Let me off this one so that you can see the adjustment layer. What adjustment layer is that maybe you want to apply some adjustment like color, you want to level it, you want to, let me show you. Add is an FX, add adjustment layer. Can you see? Let's assume I want to increase the brightness. Can you see? Maybe contrast, or I want to use curve. Maybe I want to use curve. Can you see? Hope you are feeling it. Just like Photoshop. Or I want to change the saturation. Can you see? Hope you are seeing the different saturation and everything. Or I want to balance the color. Can you see? So let me now add just one thing here. Let me add this black. I click on mark now. Can you see that the black is there? Okay, let me turn off this black. Can you see? That adjustment layer is there. Okay, what if I want to re-edit this adjustment layer? What if I want to re-edit it? I will just click on this FX. Can you see this FX? You will just click on it so you can re-edit it. Can you see? So that's the essence of adjustment layer. Then the next one is duplicate. You all know as the name. You can duplicate. For example, you want to duplicate this, you can duplicate it. Then so that's that. Then the next one, which is add layer from Canva. Let me show you something. Do you see all that we design? Photoshop also has this. All that we design. Let me turn all this on. Then I click on add layer from Canva. It's going to add everything that you see on the Canva. Can you see that I have off this one? So this one is now, it has gathered everything. For example, maybe I want to add some effects to this one alone. Can you see I can edit this one alone because of what? I have add all of them to, you can see, because I have add all of them to be in one place. So that's the essence of add layer from Canva. So let's now come to this. Remember I showed you something earlier that when we click on ordinary layer, it is 5. But when you are on a folder and you click that place, you can see that it shows another one, which is add layer from folder. Yes, this is the essence of add layer from folder. When you're on folder and you click on add layer from folder, it will add everything that is seen in that folder to be in one place. Let's try it. Can you see that is everything that is seen on that folder? He add it to be in one place. Okay, let's assume it is a vector. Let me delete this one. Let's assume it is a vector layer. Let me add another vector layer. Then let me add create a shape. Let me create a shape. Maybe I should change the color of this one. Can you see that I'm still editing both shape inside one layer? That's the essence of vector layer. PixelLab cannot even give you all this picture. So let me add this one to folders. Okay, and if I click on add layer from folder, can you see that if it is vector layer that is in that folder, it is still being vector layer. So that's the essence. So what next now? Let me show you this before we go back to our clipping mask. If you check these three dots, you will notice something. Let me click on it. See rasterize. Okay, let me click on this ordinary layer. Can you see that rasterize is not working? Yes. The reason for rasterize is that if you want to convert that vector layer to ordinary layer, because there are some things you cannot apply to vector layer unless you rasterize it. So until you rasterize this one, let me check. Let me try it. Click on it, rasterize. Can you see that it changed from vector to ordinary layer now? So let me now show you something. Let me undo it. I have undo it. Without rasterizing, there is no way you can apply feature to this. Let's assume you want to blur this or you want to do. Let's add filter. Can you see it? You ask you for rasterize before you apply anything. So that's the essence of rasterizing. Before you can apply something, you must rasterize from vector layer. So let me undo back to vector. And there is one feature in these three dots also that I want to show you. Clear white space, clear white. You still trouble yourself to make a glass morphism effects in PixelLab and so on. But here is simple. But can you see that these two clear color and clear white, that is gray now. The reason it's gray is because you're on vector layer. Until you rasterize this one, because it only works on ordinary layer. So let's rasterize this one. Rasterize. Okay, let's now click on clear white, that is grayscale. Can you see that it turned into a transparent? The reason you are seeing it like this is because of the background. Let me change the background to something like this. Can you see how it is? It is transparent. Okay, let me turn on this one. So that you can see. Let me go back. Okay, let me go back. So I have turned it. Let's now check. Click on clear white. You can see clear white does not make much effect, but clear grayscale is because of the color that is there. It's just clearing the color that is there. So let's try another shape. Let me undo, or let me convert it back to, let me undo it back to that vector so that I can change the color. Let's change this color to, let me change the background. So let's change the color of this. The color of this one, let me change the color of this one to something like maybe green. Okay, let me now rasterize it. So let me now click on maybe clear grayscale. Can you see that it make it what? It make it transparent. Can you see that it's forming glass? Can you see? Let me change the background so that you can see it clearly. Can you see that it's forming glass? It's forming what? Glass. If you go and stroke this one, let's stroke it and see. Let me stroke it and see. If you stroke this one with maybe one kind color, can you see how it is? Can you see it? It make it transparent. So easily you can make your glass morphism effect here. So let me undo. Let me undo. Okay, I can just bring out another one by add layer from folder. So I can rasterize it. I want to click on the second one so that you can see. Let's now click on clear white color. Can you see that it still make it transparent, just like glass? So easily you can design your things here. You can see, no stress. So we are done with this part. If you want to rename your layer, rename it, or rename your folder, you rename it there. So that's the essence of there. And this here, if you want to save layer as transparent. So, but if you look at this one, you will see select opacity. If I click on select opacity, can you see that it make a selection? Okay, let me now do something. Let me add an empty layer here. Can you see that I'm on empty layer, just like Photoshop? Let me now create a shape. I create a shape, I draw a shape. Can you see that the shape is outside that, but the shape is going to apply inside only that selection? Can you see? Can you see? It's going to apply only inside the selection, just like Photoshop. So if you want to remove your selection, you can click here. Click here. After clicking it, then remove selection. So, but can you see this layer? This layer at the top. Let me show you. This layer at the top that is showing selection area. You cannot delete it. There's no way you can delete it. This is what it does. If you make any selection here, if you click on select opacity, can you see whatever selection you make there is showing there? Can you see? Whatever selection you make there is showing there. So if you click there, that means you want to apply, you want to see what you selected. It will only show this color. So that's the essence of that area. So let me undo. So let's now go back, come now to our clipping mask. If I clip this one, it means that, okay, let me clip it on this one, turn on this one. Can you see that this one is applying only inside this one? Can you see? It's applying only inside this because I clipped it inside it. So that's the essence of clipping mask, but I'm not clipping anything, just a test. So let me unclip it. Then the next thing I want to show you is this alpha layer. Can you see this alpha layer? It's different from clipping mask. The essence of alpha layer is that it means that whatever, when you click on this alpha layer, there is nothing that is going to apply in any transparent layer there. It means that I want to apply something inside that piece only. Let's test it. Let me off the alpha layer first, and on this shape, let me off it now and show you something. Let me off every other layer there. So you can see I'm on this layer. Let me apply something here. Let me apply. Can you see this thing that I apply? Oh, there is a lot of effects there that you can apply. Don't worry, I'm still going to show you everything. Can you see that it's applying on everything? Let me now come back. Let me now come back and click on clipping mask. Let's test it. If I click on it, can you see that it's only applying inside that piece that is available? It's not applying on any transparent. Can you see? So this is the difference, and this is the work of the alpha lock. It means that no, I want to apply something inside this one alone. Can you see? I just apply gradient. So this is the work of alpha layer, as you can see. That is alpha lock, as you can see. So the next thing now that I want to show you is, I have shown you grouping before. You can group everything like this. So you just group it. If you want to rename it, you can rename your folder here. So the next thing I just want to show you the blending mode. You can see this is the blending mode. You can decide, let me turn on this one, change the blending mode to screen, multiply, add, overlay, soft, and add. You can see, instead of you moving from one app to the other, it is easy like this. It is easy. So this is what I want to show you for now. And mind you, where I go the other time to apply this filter, there's still a blending mode here. Can you see? There's still a blending mode here. So just depend on now, but I'm not yet on filter. I'm still going to make video on that in our other episode. So I hope this find you well. I hope you learn something. So like, share, and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It will not be, it will not be so much encouraging if you are watching it and you are not subscribing. There's nothing difficult in just clicking on that subscribe button to subscribe. See you in our next tutorial. See you in our next episode. Thank you, and thanks for watching.